how would I define culture? There's a lot of different ways, I think, to do that. And depending on what book you read or what source you're looking to, there's going to be a lot of descriptors. A lot of them might call it the personality of a company. I think culture over time has become, especially over the last 10 years, say, it's become a little bit of a buzzword, which is a little bit disappointing because it's lost some of the criticality that it really deserves. And people start thinking, well, does that mean free drinks? Does that mean I get to wear jeans? Do I get to bring my dog to the office? And that's not where culture lives and breathes. So how would I define it? I would take it maybe even a step further. I've heard it defined as the personality of an organization, the collective personality. I would say it's the core character of an organization. I think about myself as an individual and my desire to grow and develop and become better. And a lot of that hinges upon how I define and want to define my personal character. And I don't think that differs from an organization as a whole. When you say lead by example, like a culture can't be just led, right? It has to be embraced. You can't. So for example, and I look at our organization as a family in its truest sense. And when I think about my family at home, as you know, Prasad, I've got 8 kids. Missy and I've been married for 25 years, and I can't lead core values within my family on my own. I can't lead my kids down a path that they're forced to embrace, right? It has to be a collective action by our family that we together have embraced as core values and those things that are important to us. Now we can teach them, we can exercise them, we can be examples of them, but we also want to solicit input from others, as was one of the options here. So I think all of these are certainly contributive to an evolving culture, but I use that word evolving because I don't think a culture is something that is one and done. It's interesting that you say, where does it start and how do you begin company culture? The reality is every organization has a culture. It's whether or not they were deliberate in embracing and identifying what their core values are and how to progress those. But doing nothing presents a culture, right? And it becomes a defined culture. And so it's a matter of, have we defined what those core values are? Are we then, and I think this part's super critical, but are we then hiring people that are like-minded? Now I say that with great caution because one of the greatest benefits to an organization is to have a lot of folks that think differently and to celebrate those differences, the cultural differences, the differences in upbringing, right? All of those things become contributive also in idea generation, and it becomes collaborative. But you have to be like-minded in what you present as your core values. And as long as you do that, then it can become living and breathing.